to Spotlight on the National Great Blacks in Wax Museum. I'm John Carrington, and stay where you are because you're going to find out some very interesting information that's going to be very useful to you because we are Spotlight on the National Great Blacks in Wax Museum. Hi, I'm John Carrington.
And I'm Dawn Douglas.
And welcome to Spotlight on the National Great Blacks in Wax Museum. And today we're really honored to have a couple of people who are very close to our hearts because they're family members of Howard Rollins, who came from Baltimore, and a great actor. And we have with us Hattie Fields and Brenda Rhett Robinson. They're sisters of Howard Rollins. You are worthy, you are worthy, you are so worthy.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for being a part of this. And you have a foundation that you're talking about and promoting.
Yes.
Talk about the foundation.
Well, it's the Howard E. Rollins Jr. No, I think the Dr. Jr. Howard E. Rollins Foundation, Inc.
Okay.
As of April the 6th is our first meeting. And we got our papers of incorporation, articles of incorporation in May.
And what does the foundation do? What does it entail?
Well, we started out to get a statue, a wax statue, the likeness of Howard, because we just felt that I didn't want to see him just die.
Right.
Nobody, I thought he had something to contribute. But somehow, once we got there, it was bigger than just having a statue of Howard. We felt that he lived right down the street from here. My mother still lives there and refuses to leave. His first job was right across the street.
Oh, yeah?
It was then Sears.
Okay.
Company. And we felt that it would be an incentive for other youth. Because, you know, we came from humble beginnings. My mother was a domestic. And his father worked at Sparrows Point.
Okay.
And so I felt that it was every kid's dream.
Yeah.
It was a reachable goal for them. And so we felt that it was bigger than just Howard, that he would be an incentive for that. There were other diamonds in the rough running up and down these streets. So we decided also to offer scholarships for other aspiring
Actors and
minority youth.
Okay.
Children that could not, afford it to go to the School of Arts and that kind of thing.
Okay, great. Yeah, for many of you who don't know, Howard Rollins acted in Soldier's Story. Great film.
Powerful performance.
Definitely, and he was one of the actors on In the Heat of the Night. He played Virgil Tibbs, and we have a clip.
I enjoyed him in Ragtime too.
Yeah, definitely.
Howard Rollins was powerful.
But that's
Powerful.
a correction.
She's got it.
I am a board member of the foundation, and I've known Hattie for over 30 years.
So you're a
Soul
sister.
Soul sister.
Sister in Christ.
We're born in the same family, but you're still sisters.
But we are like family. Our foundation, when we decided to do this, I just had certain friends that I called because I knew that they had certain skills. And I knew that if they said that they would be there, that they would be there.
Definitely.
And that we could make this happen.
Okay.
So she's one of the first people that I asked.
Great. Is there a website of the foundation and a contact number that students, young people can call, or even people who aren't, in school, so to speak, who can call and offer support or get information on the scholarships that you have to offer?
Yeah, we're working on a website.
Okay.
Perhaps we should have it up by the end of the year,
Okay.
but we don't currently have a website.
Put your phone number. Okay, we'll give you 2 phone numbers.
Okay. And a contact number for the foundation?
Yeah,
Give me both numbers.
Okay, do you have one to give out to the audience?
Yes, 410-415-6668.
Or 410-298-0623.
You know, this is a wonderful opportunity for folks who knew Howard Rollins. I mean, he lived at the corner of North and Harford, North and Broadway. And of course, he worked at Sears. I know for a fact that he was a member of the Arena Players, because the Arena Players complained for the longest time that he never came back except one time. But you know, after you go to Hollywood, you're from New York, I think. Well, no, he's from Baltimore, yeah.
Right, exactly.
But if Elvis can still support good causes after he's gone on, and if Tupac can support good causes, Howard Rollins, a Baltimore native, a man who we all grew up with and knew about, who is now going to be enshrined here at the National Great Blacks in Wax Museum.
First actor.
First actor deserves a chance to give something back to the community, and this is your chance to call in if you have funds that you know you want to donate to a good cause. If you have children who need scholarship help or help in their education, contact these nice ladies. Again, Miss Hattie, Miss
Hattie Fields.
Hattie Fields, please.
Brenda Red Rock.
Tell us the telephone number. Tell us the telephone number.
Hattie Fields, and the phone number is 410-415-6668.
Brenda Red Robinson.
Phone number 410-298-0623.
Now, what was Howard like as a young boy growing up?
He really was a precocious child. He spoke at a very early age. He walked at a very early age. And he really was a nice, laid-back child. You know, and he was very observant. He saw everything, including my best friend once.
I think this is a clean show.
She had a little bra there, and she needed help in the bra. And he asked her what was that, and I forgot what she told him. It was something. He just gave her that look, and she said, "You know, he just gives me the chills when he just looks. It's like he just sees right through me." He was able to do that at a very young age.
Yeah, because I didn't have the pleasure of meeting him, because I always wanted to meet him because I enjoyed his performance in The Soldier's Story when it came out in film. Because I saw the play.
Yes.
I wear these glasses because they didn't go and make off there.
And I was a little away. And I was sad when he passed away. But while he was here, he left us his
legacy.
talent. Yes,
Yeah.
legacy. So.
Well, that's a purpose. It was a reason.
What schools did he go to?
Right down the street, elementary school. Took it down the first day and I cried all day. Then he went to Harriman in Norman, and he went to Towson. He was at Towson for 3 years. And then he got the role on our street. And my parents still thought that he was attending college. So I had to tell him, "You have got to tell them that you're not going to school." He said, "Why should I go to school when I'm doing exactly what I'm going to school for?" Because I think he went there for French and drama. And so he got the job on our street, and that was one of the, I think it was not one of, but the first all-black series.
Yeah, before Martin, I remember it, before Martin came along and all these other programs that the Jeffersons. I mean, we're looking at Howard Rollins and other black actors and actresses depicting black life.
Right. Now, what got Howard interested in acting? Who were his role models aside from you?
Well, my mother is an actress. She's 92 and still lives down the street. He went to an audition with a friend because the friend liked the girl and the girl was into it. And they went down. Well, guess who ended up getting the part?
Of course.
Frank ended up being back in the props and backstage, and Howard ended up getting the part. Well, I think it was the Spotlighters.
Okay.
That's the first one
Okay.
with Steve Yeager.
And,
And then they had to push him
mhm.
on the stage on opening night. Got stage fright.
All right, well, we have a clip, and we're going to go for that. Those first acting jobs can be kind of like force feeding.
It's like throw you in the water and see if you can swim.
Exactly.
And so is there any other family member who has followed in your brother's footsteps?
Well, not exactly, but my son, the oldest one.
Mhm.
As a matter of fact, he's done some years ago, commercials and what have you, and they really wanted him to pursue this.
Mhm.
But he is into music too.
Okay.
He's like jack of all trades. So he does some local DJing
Mhm.
around the city, and he took our closet and made the closet
Right.
into a studio.
Okay.
And so he seems to be very serious about that. But
Mhm.
all of my family really could act
Right.
and chose to. But
Okay.
he has done something. He really went through what he did.
Great. And so, how does your family, your mom and your dad feel about?
Well, I tell you what, let's take a break and we'll come right back to that, okay? We'll get into the family and how the family is reacting to this foundation idea. We'll be right back. Oh, welcome back. And we're here at Spotlight on the National Great Blacks in Wax Museum, and we're with Hattie Fields, who is Howard Rollins' sister, and we have a good family friend. We have Miss Brenda Rhett Robinson, and she's the leader of the foundation that's trying to raise money to do some wonderful things in the community, and as well put a wax figure of Howard Rollins in the National Great Blacks in Wax Museum. Make an appeal for that funding.
Well, please send any amount to the Howard E. Rollins Foundation Incorporated, 6400 Baltimore National Pike, number 486, Catonsville, Maryland, 21228. We'll be happy to receive any amount so that we'll be able to get the sculpture started the first of the year so that we may unveil it in 2006 at a special ceremony. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. That's beautiful. I tell you, and of course, talk other family members. What are other family members reacting to when they hear that you're doing the foundation now?
Well, my two sons are both members of the foundation. And the sister-in-law that encouraged him to just go ahead to New York, because I thought he should have finished college first, takes care of you if you starve and you have a job. And she said, you can always come back home. And she told him to go. And she's a member of the foundation. And the others are very, very good friends. Been friends for like 35, 45 years. And also, I call it a satellite group. The other members of the family, it's the satellite group, and they've been licking envelopes. And
Yeah, I think we have. Yeah, well, let's go to this clip. What did your mom and your dad think of the first time they saw Howard on stage?
Oh, I tell you, we went down to the Spotlighters every night to see the play. And my stepfather, that was the first time I think that he'd really ever gone to a theater. And for ragtime, I think he must have seen it at least 10 times. Oh, we all did. And of course, we just had a heart attack at the end when he was shot. He didn't tell us he was going to get killed. Yeah, that was hard, and everybody grabbed their hearts and all. But we just were really just proud of him. And we just felt he had so much talent. And when he got that award, we had a party. At my house on Forest Garden Avenue, and all the neighbors came. Of course, my mother was cooking for days. And it just was wonderful, And Susan White Bowden, what's that? Susan's People. She had interviewed my mom on television, so my mother was a star. And she thought she was an actress also. So all of them, came and just had a wonderful time, and it was fulfilling, And especially for my mother, who was very limited education, like 3rd grade. And it, like I said, she was a domestic and all, but all of her children came up just fine, all of us. And that says something else for people. You don't have to be rich to have rules and values, etc. We had that in our home.
That's good. Now, what do you think how it would have to say to the young people coming up now? And even in your words, and Ms. Brenda's words, what advice do you have for young people?
Well, I met a young lady, I think it was Goldberg's up on Liberty Road there for a while. And I was speaking with somebody else, and from the conversation, she understood that Howard was related to me. So she came, her name was Diane, and she came over and she said, "Is Mr. Rollins related to you?" And I said, "Yes." And I'd forgotten all about it. She said he was our substitute, our teacher for a long time. She said he was a wonderful teacher. And she said he was just so down to earth, and the advice that he gave us, you know, a lot of kids there, he was telling them that there was a light, you know, at the end of the tunnel. And if you worked hard, and that if you made the right choices, it was all about making the right choices, and that you had the ability to make the right choice, that good things would happen to you. So, and he loved children. And I guess he's gone now, he wouldn't mind telling. For years, he was an anonymous donor to the Upton School for retarded children for years, and he never would let me tell anybody. And Len House, you know, asked me, what can we do, you know, for him? I said, well, if you have a t-shirt, he loves t-shirts. And we started that when he was very young. So she came to my house when he was home on vacation, and she presented him with the t-shirt. And but he never ever wanted anybody to know that he was an anonymous giver. And he had other charities that he did, but he never ever wanted any recognition for them. But he loved children, young people, and he just wanted people to inspire them. You know, that's what he felt. If you didn't get it in the home, you can find another role model up there somewhere.
So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now, but we're going to say come on back next time for more of Spotlight on the National Great Blacks in Wax Museum.
You want to do something about population explosion, empower women, and they won't have 10 kids and they won't have their first at 14. If you want to do something about human trafficking, empower women and they won't end up in the brothels of Southeast Asia or Eastern Europe, or for that matter, the United States. If you want to do something about poverty in a village, empower a woman with a little microloan, and she will employ a whole village. If you want to do something about the treatment of women in war, where very often rape is not a consequence of war, but actually a weapon of war, empower women, and they will speak with loud voices to protect themselves in our great international bodies. If you want to have better societies, more just societies, more democratic societies, more prosperous societies, empower women. Because when women are treated badly in a society, it is a proxy for something else. Something else is wrong. It's a society that doesn't value human life. It's a society that is dangerous. And so the empowerment of women is a much more powerful tool than just what it does for women. And oh, by the way, if you empower women, you'll empower their sons as well. Those sons, too, will defend the rights of women. And so Title IX has had a wonderful transforming effect on our country, and we see its results here. But the spirit of Title IX has much more work to do at home and abroad. And as we celebrate this anniversary, let's keep that in mind, and let's pledge to make the world not as it is for women, but as it should be. Thank you very much.
To thank the board members, staff, and volunteers who have kept the mission of the Hall alive by bringing to life the stories of groundbreaking women. I also want to thank one of my predecessors, Dr. Condoleezza Rice, a pioneer in her own right champion for women's progress. So many of us remember the doors that were closed to us before Title IX.